Good morning, guys. Hopefully you're all doing well. I'm here to give you a daily vibe for today, or vibe of the day, because it's not always daily. I just want to let you know before we start, we have Archangel Raguel. That's so weird. Sorry. Something just touched my leg and I thought it was my dog, and it's not. So somebody else is present here, they're saying. Okay, we have Archangel Raguel, Archangel Jophiel, Archangel Ramiel, Archangel Shamuel, and Archangel Phanuel present. For today, we have High Self, Spirit. We have the Council of the One, which clearly is another one of God's council. The Masters, they said the High Council. And they said today that we're going to be focusing a little bit on what is blocking you. What is blocking you from your freedom? That's kind of what they said. That's stagnation. Stagnation. Ugh, interesting. Okay, what is blocking you from your freedom? Slow. Maybe you're trying to, is this the viewer or something else? The viewer, okay. You are trying to slowly put things in the process, okay? You're trying to see what is going to be the best route for you. How are you going to move forward in a situation? What is blocking you? But if it's blocking you, maybe they're saying that maybe you're taking too long to figure out what's the right thing to do. Are all these cards meant for this reading or not? Put them back in? Okay, there's some put them back in. Yes, because a whole blop just like fell out. All right, there we go. Explain this to me. There was a death. There was an ending. Okay, there was an ending to a situation. But I feel like this was a reluctant ending. But now it's time to move quickly beyond this. Somebody didn't want to change, either you or the other person. Who didn't want to change? The other person or situation didn't want to change. Maybe they were moving too slow for you too, but they're saying it's time to move beyond this. It's like almost like they're saying there's a lot of good things out there. There's a lot of good things coming, but it's time to move beyond it. Or it's time to move. Which one is it? It's almost like they're saying you don't want to really battle to fight. You don't want to fight to have this thing back in your life. You shouldn't fight. All right? I don't think it's that you don't want to. It's that they don't want to or they shouldn't fight for this anymore. They're saying don't fight for this. You shouldn't fight for this anymore. You're never going to get what you want out of it. Okay? There is no rebirth because something won't change. Somebody doesn't want to be judged. Okay, somebody doesn't want to be judged. Is this the somebody who doesn't want to be judged or something else? Oh yeah, something doesn't want to be judged, you're saying, and they're saying that it really is time for you to start over, new beginnings, fresh beginnings, excited beginnings. That's what they're saying. So like this, I feel like this past situation and yourself have been in a slow progression and it won't change. And this is a situation that won't change. So that's why they're saying you just need to move beyond it. You're not going to get what you want out of it. You thought it was a gift. You thought this past situation was a gift from the universe. But I think you've learned the gift might have been pain. The gift might have been pain, guys. Maybe you're realizing, maybe you thought this was a soulmate that was going to be a long-term soulmate, but I think you're slowly realizing that it was definitely a karmic you were dealing with because of the pain that it brought in. Not to say that a real soulmate or a twin flame or whatever won't bring you pain, but I think you're realizing like this wasn't really the gift I thought it was. You thought this was the one or the gift. And it's just been pain after pain after pain after pain. It's almost like saying, well, how much pain can you handle? You want to hold on to this past situation. You're in your head right now, they're saying. You're in your head. You so badly want to hold on to this past situation, but yet you know you have to let it go. All the way. You really do know. They're saying yes, all the way. You really do know that you have to let this go. Even though you really don't want to. You're very reluctant to. You're starting to see this truth, this clarity. Even though if you don't want to. You don't want to. It's funny how the cards are coming out. You don't want to see the truth about this past situation. But I think you're realizing, I don't need that anymore. I'm pretty good all by my damn self. I have everything I really need. I don't know if you're 100% in that mindset, but they're saying you're almost there. Like you're really like thinking about this. Like, hold on. You're remembering. Hold on a second. You're remembering how much you had to go within, okay? You're remembering all the isolation. You're remembering the manipulation, the tools, the weapons, they're saying, not the tools, the weapons. The weapons that they use to keep you bound. You're remembering how, or you're thinking, they kept me bound while I was alone, maybe waiting for them, okay? And you're thinking, they went out, they were looking for more, and they were very eager. They were very eager to see what else was out there for themselves. Okay, this is, yesterday we were talking about options, how this past situation had so many options, so many. Maybe they kept options underneath their belt, like arsenal. Well, if this doesn't work, I got this person, this person, this person, this person, this person. I'm talking to all these people, so I'm just going to go down the line. You're in your head about this, I feel. You're thinking about this, I feel. It did not bring the union you expected. It definitely didn't bring marriage. Or if it did, it was a broken marriage, a broken union. Okay? It wasn't as harmonious as maybe you had wanted it to be. You put a lot of work into it. Maybe you don't even want to remember that because the card literally flipped and went into the deck. Again, it was hiding. The card was hiding. So it's like you put a lot of work into this past situation. I think you're like, maybe you're reluctant to see this. Maybe it's too painful to see the truth, you know, when you realize how much work you put into something and how much work they didn't put into it. You're bringing stability. You are not the gift. I no longer want to be intimate with you. I'm bringing justice to this situation. I feel like they're saying massive manipulation. I'm not going to let you fool me anymore. I'm not going to let you entice me anymore. with your something that you thought was loving. You thought it was the way they were handling themselves. It was a loving way, a nurturing, kind way. But I think you're realizing that nurturing, kind way was manipulation, because it wasn't actually kindness. It was the way they were fooling you. I feel like you're like, I'm not going to allow you to start a new beginning with me. I won't allow you to entice me. I won't allow you to lure me. I will not be intimate with you. I had this yesterday. I'm bringing justice to this. I'm bringing balance and stability into my life. I want fairness. I want equal give and take. I want the truth. I want somebody who will honor and respect me, who will be fair, who will be mutually fair, on the same page. You hate the fact that you were sitting there waiting while somebody was off in a third-party situation, making really nice with somebody else who was new. I'm feeling a new person. You hate the stagnation. You hate the slowness of this situation. It's almost like this is no longer emotionally fulfilling for you. You want somebody new who will not put you in a third party situation. You've been waiting for this person to come into your place, into your world, okay? That's going to give you the 10 of Cups, and who's not going to be toxic, who's not going to be codependent or whatever. No toxicity, no devil energy, no manipulations, no mind games. Okay, what's the next deck you want to speak with them with, please? Okay. I don't have a lot of time this morning, so it's going to be short and to the point. Oh, what just fell out? That's so weird. You don't want someone who's going to keep you an option. You don't want somebody who's going to say, well, if this doesn't work, I have like 10 other people on the side waiting for me. You don't want that anymore. You want to be the option. You want someone who's going to choose you, and you want somebody that you're going to be able to choose. Say, I choose you. And they're going to say, I choose you. Okay. What else? No change in what? Is this the viewer or the other person? They're saying they won't change. They won't accept your hand. I don't know why they're saying that. They won't accept this connection. There's going to be no change in the situation. Hold on a second. They won't accept it now. The only time they're going to accept it is when it's too late. When you're totally moved on and totally detached. But they're not ready and they're not willing and they can't change at this point in their life. And they just showed me like an old person saying, sitting in regret. I should have, coulda, woulda, right? It's almost like they're saying this past person or situation, they were living in a bubble. They were not being wise. It's almost like they weren't even eager to learn more. They weren't eager to evolve. They lived in a bubble. an ugly bubble. Something that was not so pretty. Their little world that they made for themselves wasn't so pretty. Clearly it was toxic, because it says you want somebody who isn't toxic. Okay, Spirit, High Self and Spirit and the Archangels are saying it's very unattractive for you to hold on to something that doesn't belong to you anymore. It's unattractive. The ugly truth. You shouldn't have faith in the person who lives in the bubble. You shouldn't want to grow with somebody who can't evolve. If you feel that you're an evolved being and that you're constantly evolving, why would you want to be with somebody who only lives in a bubble? Because clearly you're not a match. If you feel you're an evolved being. They're saying you need to protect yourself and no longer trust this other person or situation, guys. They're also saying that you don't have faith in the universe. You don't have faith in the universe. You don't have faith that you're going to be able to manifest the thing that you wanted so dearly. But they're saying, we got you. We got your back. You just don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. You need to look in the mirror. You need to take a good look. They're saying the universe is, we got your back. Why can't you see this? Something, as badly as it is, something always happens. So you need to start thinking outside of the box and bring balance into your life. Okay? You need to create stability. You need to create stability in your life, because there's no stability right now, they're saying. Or there's a lack of stability. Okay. One more deck, Spirit. Hold on. One more deck, Spirit, and then final messages, please. Which deck is the one more deck before we do the final messages? Okay. You are concentrating so hard on the negativity, they're saying. It's like you're focusing only on the negative. Hold on a second, guys. You need to think about it. You need to go within and think, guys. Have you sabotaged situations more than you actually feel like you haven't? I'm trying to piece all this together. I know it's going to hit me. Have you? Yes, you have. Yes, you have. You've sabotaged so many situations in your life, during your life. so many good things, possibly too. We all do it. We all do it. It's called being human. But it's interesting how they're showing me, have you been the dark force at some point in your life? And you're focusing only on the negative. Almost like they're saying, don't throw stones in glass houses. How dare you be angry with somebody that you yourself have done to somebody else? Now it's time to put yourself into perspective. I can't be angry with this person because I did this to so-and-so. I can't be angry with that person for doing this to me because I did this to this person. Does that make sense? See, I'm telling you, you are not as grounded as you thought you were. You didn't have as much integrity as you thought you did. Go through your past experiences. Release the fear. I think what Spirit is trying to say to you today is that you really need to go within here, okay? Take a good deep look at yourself. There is something that's holding you back. And that's how the beginning of this reading started, when I was tuning in with Spirit and SRT. And they were saying how we're going to be talking about the things that block you from your freedom. This is something that's blocking you from your freedom. You need to go in, go within, look in the mirror, realize maybe God does have my back, and the angels, and the universe. Maybe you don't appreciate it, possibly. Maybe you don't appreciate it enough. But then they're saying you need to also go within and say, how could I be a hypocrite? That's what they said. Hypocrite. I'm judging you for doing what I have done to somebody else. Possibly. And you need to realize that you need to bring balance and stability into your life. But this is going to be almost scary. Because this is really digging deep, guys. This is when I say you got to do the work. This is the work. Go within. Think about it. Think about it. As scary as this might be to you, and you don't even want to look at the ugly truth, you need to. This is how you're going to evolve to the next phase. This is what's going to bring you to the next phase of your life. Closing messages, which deck, please? Okay, 1 second, guys. Closing messages, please, for today's vibe. Victory. And it's Sandalphon. Do 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 do. Wait, no, he's not here today. Oh, he's clearly here in the cards. Victory. Now you know why you haven't received what you wanted in life. This is the work that needs to be done. I deal with an abundance of hypocrites, let's just say. And I find it very amusing how people can judge other people when yet they are not that perfect. Wait a minute. Are these all part of the closing message? Yes. Okay. Just double checking because there's a lot of cards here. Okay. They're saying, my dear child, we know that your past maybe wasn't the best. And maybe you don't want to look into it anymore. Maybe you don't want to. We know how ugly it is. We know how scary it is to look into the past and to really judge ourselves. Be the person on the outside looking in at what you've done, who knows you, not what people see on the exterior of you, but the people who know you. Imagine if you can look at somebody and know everything that they think, feel, done, why they acted the way they did. Did they do it because they wanted to look good, or they did it because they truly were being a good person? Or did they snap because they were angry, or they were being malicious? You know, like, where do these intents come from? Does that make sense? So we know it's scary. But you need to listen. You need to listen to what I'm telling you guys. They're saying, it's time for you. It's almost like maybe you need to write it down. It's time for you to go in. It's time for you to go and do the work so that you can understand why things are the way they are right now in your life. The puppet. The puppet. Have you been the puppet, or have you been playing somebody else as a puppet? Victory. I want more clarity on this victory card before I close out this reading. Victory. What do you mean by this victory card? Victory and the Tower. The aha moment. Yes, you're hearing what it is. You're hearing right now what it is that you need to do to have victory in your life. Once you accept this, accepting it already is part of being victorious, of doing this work. Okay? It's hard. It's a hard thing to really take a good look in the mirror and really examine why you did what you did, what brought you to this place, why did you respond this way, did you really manipulate somebody, did you allow them to manipulate you, you know, why are you in this place? And then you need to work through it. Are you judging somebody that you yourself have done something terribly to? Or maybe you're judging somebody for doing something to you that you've done to somebody else already. And it's the aha moment. Like, yeah, I really shouldn't. I should just take the lesson. It's like, I'm not going to do that again. I got that. Thank you. On to the next lesson. Once you receive, like, and that's part of this work, guys. When you receive this lesson and you learn it, this is when the universe gives you something else, something better than what you had. But by repeating and not ever wanting to look, that maybe you're throwing a stone in a glass house that's going to break, because it's not even like a thick glass. It's that really thin china. That thin china that you have from your grandparents that you know is so fragile, and a pebble would break it. And then you're like, was that me? All right, guys, I have to run. I have a client. I'll see you next time. Love and light.